Familiar, you're familiar. So if you don't know by now, then you should probably get familiar.
Hello students, so welcome back to this video. So I hope you understood all the concepts of Thevenin's theorem and Norton's theorem in the previous videos, right? So how to convert the given complicated network to a simple network according to Thevenin, and similarly how to convert the given complicated network to a equivalent simple network according to Norton's theorem. Okay, so they are actually different theorems just to convert the complicated network in which there are a number of sources, number of resistors are present, to a simple network, okay, in which only one equivalent voltage source in series with the equivalent resistance. Okay, similarly in case of Norton's theorem, we are converting the such a complicated network consisting of number of resistors and number of voltage sources, current sources, etc., to a simple network. Okay, that simple network consisting of what? Only a single current source, okay, constant current source in parallel with the equivalent resistance called Norton's resistance. Okay, so there are different ways to convert the complicated network into simple network. Okay, I hope you understood all the procedure and even the proof also in the previous videos. Okay, now in this small video, I think part number 11, right? So I am going to explain you the concept of Thevenin-Norton conversion. Okay, so it is the method of converting Thevenin to Norton or Norton to Thevenin. How these simplified networks are equivalent to each other. How it is possible? Now let us see. Just to look at the statement first. A circuit consists of a source VTH, okay, and a series resistance RTH, okay, is equivalent to. That means if you consider a circuit consisting of a source VTH source, that is called Thevenin's voltage source, and a resistance RTH connected in series. Okay, so that circuit is considered as the circuit equivalent to a circuit consisting of a single current source whose current must be equal to how much? Constant current given by, in terms of VTH and RTH, that is VTH by RTH only according to Ohm's law also. Okay, and in parallel with Rn. So that Rn must be equal to Thevenin's resistance also. Okay, then we can say that simplified networks, Thevenin's network and Norton's networks are equivalent to each other. Okay, so for example, you can just consider that simple network as per the statement. So we have a voltage source here called VTH, right? So which is connected in series with a resistance called Thevenin's resistance. Okay, so only this part of circuit, what we call it as, this is called actually the Thevenin's equivalent circuit to any given complicated network, correct? So that part of simplified network is equal to, okay, so of course across the terminal A and B there should be a load resistor. Okay, so you can just replace this entire Thevenin's equivalent circuit to a Norton's equivalent circuit. Okay, where in the Norton's network we have only a constant current source, that is IN, in parallel with Norton's resistance. Okay, across the same terminals A and B, so we have the load resistor. So excluding that RL, so you look at only within this dotted box. Okay, so what we have here? So we have Thevenin's equivalent circuit, we have a Norton's equivalent circuit. Okay, so both are equivalent to each. This symbol indicates both are equivalent to each other. Okay, so there is nothing but you can convert either Thevenin's to Norton or Norton's to Thevenin. Okay, once they are equivalent, you can convert mutually. Okay, now let us see how we can prove that these two circuits are equivalent to each other in terms of equations. Okay, now you just see from figure A. So where is that? This one, figure A. So how do you calculate the current through the load? Okay, in this particular loop we have the current IL. So according to Ohm's law, the voltage obtained from the source is called actually VTH here. Total voltage source VTH divided by total resistance circuit is how much? RTH by RL. So you will get the current through the RL. Okay, that is called load current. Similarly, obtain the load current from the second figure also. So from figure B. Okay, so IL is equal to, so normally you consider the in case of Norton's equivalent circuit, we don't have voltage source, isn't it, to see the voltage directly. So we have a current source in which the voltage obtained across the terminal, okay, across the Rn. So that is given by the product of these two. Okay, according to Ohm's law, product of current into resistance is called voltage. Okay, so that voltage must be considered across this source, okay, total source of the equivalent Norton circuit. So IN into RN is the product. Okay, that gives like a voltage obtained from the source divided by total resistance circuit is now again RN plus RL you can write. Okay, so RL is in parallel with RN, of course. Here we have to consider that as the resistance, total resistance circuit as RN plus RL. So let it be equation 2, right? So now IL is the load current from the Thevenin's equivalent circuit, and the second equation IL is obtained from the circuit called Norton's equivalent circuit. Okay, now in these two equations, so 1 and 2, okay, substitute the conditions where we are assuming the Thevenin's equivalent circuit is equivalent to Norton's resistance also. Okay, Thevenin's resistance is equal to Norton's resistance. Then we are assuming that here current source must be giving the how much current here. Norton's current is equal to the ratio of VTH and RTH, isn't it? So consider that also. IN is equal to in terms of Thevenin's VTH by RTH it is. Okay. So now, so from equation 2, let us say. So consider the equation 2. IL. So IN into RN is there. Okay. So wherever we have RN, you just substitute it as RTH. Okay. So I will take this RN as RTH, and then wherever we have IN, substitute that IN as VTH by RTH here. Okay, right? So in the denominator, of course, again RN plus RL is there. Okay, I can take RN as RTH, correct? Okay, then simplify it. So just RTH cancels each other, and then so left with VTH divided by RTH plus RL. Okay, let it be equation 3. Now compare this equation 3 with equation 1. So both are similar, right? See, IL is equal to VTH divided by RTH plus RL. Here also we got it as IL is equal to VTH by RTH plus RL. But this equation is obtained from basically Norton's load current. Okay, Norton's load current become now the load current equivalent to the Thevenin's load current. So equation 1 is equal to equation 3, right? So that means Thevenin circuit is equal to Norton circuit. So both are equivalent to each other. Mutually we can interchange. So for conversions from particularly Thevenin's to Norton or Norton's to Thevenin, you have to look at the conditions. So what are the conditions, you know? So Thevenin to Norton. So we need all Thevenin's resistance must be assumed as Norton's resistance. So that means RTH is equal to RN. And there will be a voltage source. What is that voltage source is called? VTH, right? So that VTH must be assumed as the product of IN into RN. Okay. So because you see here, VTH is equal to actually the product of IN into RTH, right? So in place of IN into RTH, I am writing already RTH is equal to RN because already we are assuming that RTH into RN already, you know. So you should consider directly VTH is equal to IN into RN so that the circuit converts from Thevenin's to Norton. Okay. Similarly, Norton to Thevenin. How do you convert? So consider the Norton's resistance present in the Norton circuit, right? So that is assumed as now RTH, so that you can convert from Norton to Thevenin. Similarly, so wherever the current source IN is there in the Norton circuit, so that IN must be taken as the ratio of VTH by RTH. Okay, then you will get the Thevenin's equivalent circuit. So this is the way of converting either Thevenin to Norton or Norton to Thevenin. Clear? Okay, so with this simple explanation of the concept called Thevenin-Norton conversions, so I am just stopping the video. So in the next class, in the next video, I will discuss the next theorem. Okay, so see you in the next video.